Barstool Pick'em is back. It is week 0. The boys are back, and we are brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Been hungry for some college football? Well, we finally get a taste this weekend. Don't miss any of the action. Jump in at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's a small but mighty slate for games for week 0, including a big matchup in Ireland. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. So try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. This is going to be DraftKings' biggest college football season to date, which is funny because I've actually already decided it's going to be my biggest college football season to date. Enjoy the ride now all the way through the expanded playoffs. And for all the newbies getting into the college spirit, here's something extra special. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings all college football season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code PICK. That's code PICK for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, boys, we're back. Week 0. I know there's only 4 games, so this will be more just of a welcome back show. We'll have a big slate for week 1 next week. Dave, how you doing? How's everything going?
Good. I'm looking at it's tough. I'm looking at the Pat Hill standings, which I won.
Yeah, you did. So you have 2, I think. I think you have 2 Pat Hills, and I do too as well.
I got none.
And then the Diaco standings. You could argue I'd rather be 10-7 than 9-6.
Would you rather be 10-7 than 9-6? No, well, technically no, right?
I don't know. I mean, he's got to go. If he goes 50%, he ends up the same thing. 50% is a win in this business a lot of times.
10. Would you rather be 10-7 or 9-6? This is too early for me to. Yeah, I mean you would lose less. You'd lose less money going 9-6. But yeah, I guess you'd rather have more action.
What? Yeah, because he's one less game of the juice, you mean?
Yeah, one less game of the juice is why he's technically ahead.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's very tough.
We almost swept it.
Yeah, Zoopy. Yeah, we haven't. I don't think we've ever had a sweep.
No, I don't think so either.
Dave, Rico didn't sleep last night. We're at Camp Barstool. He didn't sleep. He's nervous.
Set.
Yeah, it's a great set. It's. I don't know if we'll be able to get you to Camp Barstool next year, but it has been very fun. But yeah, Rico's he didn't sleep. He said he's been up since like 5 a.m. I came into the mess hall behind us, and he was just kind of sitting in the corner, just staring off.
Why? What about
just
what?
Nervous energy, being back. I guess I don't know. You
Yeah,
never know
but
what's up.
this is not like. I mean, I know we had this. There's not. This is like a preseason game. This isn't. I mean, there's only 4 games,
right?
So this isn't even a real week.
Right. And I don't know everyone else in the room. I'm a rider this year until he proves me otherwise.
I am not. I will never ride again. I like Rico, but I'm never going to be a rider.
Yeah.
And that's not like a shot at you, Rico, but that's how, like you did things that you can't come back from.
Fair.
If Cons can forgive him, how come you can't?
That's true. Con's wife did forgive him.
Should we bring up Hank right now then if he's going to?
Yeah, we should. We should bring up Hank.
Rider number 1 over here.
Yeah, rider number 1 who's going to try to stir the pot and get me and Dave trying to get me and Dave to feel bad. Do you have it or you want me to?
Oh, God.
You can do it.
Okay.
I don't have it in front of me.
So on Unnamed Show, it's
not bullshit.
It was so funny, Dave, because we were sitting eating breakfast, me, Hank, and Rico, and Hank was just sitting there the whole time being like, they got nothing on you. They got nothing on you. And I go, yeah, I got nothing on Rico. I don't think Dave does either. Just being like, yeah, but we got something on this guy.
You got something on him.
So, what? You claim to be a rider.
I don't even know where this is
So
going.
Unnamed Show last week, 2 weeks ago, I hate to have to say this part of the quote, but I'm going to say it. Dave said, Healthy Debates is the worst rated show times longevity that we've ever had at Barstool.
Which is a fact, and that wasn't meant as a hate tweet. That's just factual.
That's
I don't
factual.
know. I don't remember why it came up, but it was factual.
Yeah. That tweet was liked by 2 blue check marks, Eric Nathan and Hank Lockwood.
Wow. That was not intentional.
Oh,
wow.
my God.
Right.
What does that mean that was not intentional?
I clearly wasn't trying to. I don't know. I mean, I must have liked it, but I didn't know that I did.
Head of content maybe puts on that hat, be like, yeah, what are we doing this show for?
It's tough, Hank.
That's brutal because I saw the comments, Dave, and while listen, numbers are hard to argue against.
Numbers never lie, Tico,
Right.
Texas.
I was hoping that we were, kind of climbing back out of the hole in healthy debate. But yeah, Hank has been sucking off Rico nonstop, and Dave and Dan are just so mean. And then he just knifes Rico right in the back. And I don't know about you, Dave, but I was saying no.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. It was a funny clip because Kirk did say it's a critical darling. That was.
Oh, so that
funny.
was the part you were.
I like
that's
that
the
part.
part you were liking.
You like the
Made me
bad
laugh.
headline.
Oh, you were just liking the Kirk part.
That's crazy.
That's an insane spin zone.
It was a funny tweet.
That's an
And
insane.
and by the way, a total contradiction to what you just said by doing it by accident. Now
Yeah.
you're saying it
Well,
wasn't.
no, I
by
went back to
accident.
look. I'm
And
like,
there
there's
was
no way I
an
would like a tweet that
intentional
just said. It's also Dave. Dave's known for being facetious.
No, but he was being serious there, and you liked it. So which one is it, Hank? Is it an accident, or was it?
No,
it was
now that
funny.
I'm reading the tweet, that it's a critical darling. Kirkman is funny.
Yeah,
That was funny.
and Kirk has never been facetious in his life or sarcastic.
No, but
No.
that,
Oh, okay. And you
Yeah.
like that part.
I'm gonna unlike it.
I think the damage has already been done. The I don't know about you, Dave, but
Are you all right, Rico? You're just doing
Yeah,
your hands.
I'm
like
good.
this.
I'm good. So I guess what do you do to fix it? I'm not in the business of wallowing or crying anymore.
No. I mean that's like one of those things. I don't really have an answer. It's like, hey, to your pitcher, you're throwing 87 with no movement down the middle. Why don't you ramp it up to 101? The guy can't.
The videos outside of the office have done way better.
So let's do more of those.
So just scrap the calls
I don't know. I think
and make it a video series.
The show is a loser, right?
I wouldn't say that, but you're the boss, so you say it. So yeah, I guess
Well, I'm asking you on like we've had these. It is.
we've kind of hit a stalemate. Yeah.
what do you debate every day? Because from my perspective, and I've been hands off. But I'm trying to help. I will try to help if I can. But like that holiday one that Dave mentioned, I actually had mentioned that before Dave saw it. Like we were in what was it, May?
What was that one?
It was May, and there was the healthy debate was what's the best holiday?
It's a couple of headlines, and then it's mostly calls. You get some out of the left field calls.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanksgiving.
I think so.
No, I think it was like.
But I feel like you do
Is the 4th of July a good summer holiday?
yeah, and I feel like
There's something preposterous. The show, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I was obviously hoped it would work. I'm not trying to be a dick. What I said on that, and this is not that show. It's the longest running, lowest rated show we've ever had. At this point,
It's been running for less than a year. Still less than a year.
I can't think of any show that's had as many episodes with as tragic numbers. And I don't mean it mean. It's just at some point you gotta all right. Like how long would you do it at this level?
Yeah, I think we should transition to the out of office stuff and make it a video series.
I like that.
Because the stuff with you could look at the stuff with Roan, the stuff when we did the wardrobe with Large. We sat down with Nate. There's different. You get people out of their element. Food,
you
food
booked
stuff
Nate?
with Clem. Yeah, that did pretty good numbers.
And large.
Yeah.
The stuff out of the office has been way better. So
So then why don't you just do that?
yeah.
I mean, I feel it's a lot of time. I don't know. It just that's one of the things when you ask what to do. I don't know. I don't have those answers. I don't know what makes a show work all the time or what it doesn't. I thought it has something at the beginning, but clearly it stinks. And you have good people. Like I like your crew, but the people. That's the great thing. The people will always tell you, and they're telling you it sucks.
And Hank also is telling you it sucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm liking that tweet. Yeah.
And that's not on you. I don't know what else I say. I think you're doing a good job right now, Rico, of not taking it like uber personal, like I'm personally attacking you. Because the truth is, most other people, I'd be like, what are you guys still doing the show for? But I like your crew, and it gives you guys something to do in that office and bang around and have some fun in front of nobody.
It's bang around the rumpus room. I'll say this, Rico, you have changed in the fact that if this conversation were happening 3 years ago, you would have angrily got on the phone in the after and been like, Dave just hates college basketball and doesn't want to see me
Totally.
succeed.
You can't do that anymore. You can't do that. Shout out HIPAA.
Did you sign that?
Yeah. Sketch.
Oh. Do we have any other show ideas like that he could do, or like are there any other show ideas?
You know, he may just be a sidekick. And I don't mean that as like a bad thing. Like at one point I was talking to Sirius, and I think, Dan, you knew this. They wanted me to do like a daily show.
Yeah.
It would have been a ton of money, but a lot of work. And I was thinking about it at one point, and when I'm like, who would be good? Rico would be good in that. Like you may, but to be the alpha dog may just not everybody. But not everybody has the other thing either. Not everybody
Right,
has
the crazy, yeah.
can be that like there's value in everything, but there's something. I don't have the answers.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Call Her Daddy. She just got what, $100 quadrillion, like 97% of our office. Like, what are they doing? Who knows? We're good at Barstool, I think, in that we let people come up with their own ideas, do their own concepts. You guys, PMT, that's all you guys. That has nothing to do with my brain. But you don't know. You don't always know what hits. I thought it had a chance.
So did I.
Well, Hank clearly didn't.
No. What would you do different, Hank? Have you seen the out of office stuff? You commented on the one with Roan.
Hank doesn't like the show, Rico. He literally showed you.
I do like the show. I like the out of office
social
ones.
media. Not a rider.
I don't know. I think you gotta grow on social. Embrace the youth.
So don't block people.
Right.
I had a funny story. This is not a bad one for you, but it just made me chuckle. Mikey Betts texted Rico, and Rico didn't have his number. So, and Mikey Betts thought he did. So Mikey Betts said, "Do you have any interest in joining my Fugazi Fantasy Football League this year? We're either going to do 100 or 200 this year." Rico replied, "Die," and then blocked him.
I thought it was a fan. I didn't know whose number it was.
He thought it was a spam.
Why would you write that to a fan?
Because they just get your number. It's just, I thought they were violating laws. They were getting the number.
Just writing back, "Die."
So the old Rico's not totally.
No, it's still in there.
He's underneath. It's
Still
like
in
that.
there.
That is certifiable. Like that. Do you want to join a fantasy league? Die.
Yeah, when I get spam texts, I just don't respond.
Yeah, ignore it.
Yeah.
Block.
Yeah.
All right.
Die.
Oh, he did block too. He said "die" and then blocked him.
And then Jenks had to reach out. He's like, I think you yelled at Mikey Betts.
All right. So any new Jack? Do you have anything for anyone in the crew?
No, I don't really have anything.
You and Rico are getting along these days?
I mean, he did text me we're done like 2 weeks ago after the whole helicopter incident. But
Yeah,
I think
that was ridiculous.
Right? Yeah.
But we're back. We're always back. Like Ronnie and fucking Sammy.
Has Rico pitched you any new content ideas for football season, Jack?
He did pitch me one, but I don't know if he has his co-partner that's like agreed to it yet. I think he might be jumping the gun.
Oh.
Seems like he's on board.
I think he has. I heard him talking
What's
about
the
it in
name of the
office.
show?
Now it's going to be called House Call. Touchdown scorers every week for the NFL.
And what do you do on the show? Score touchdowns?
Give him out, yeah.
Who's your co-host?
Should be Jerry,
The new dog?
the new dog.
Does he know that?
He should know that. We've touched on it. He came up with the name House Call.
Does it feel weird having the old dog after saying like the new dog? You know, kind of having
We
a
were
rivalry.
always-
Now you're
yeah,
gonna,
but we were
now
always
you're
in
trying
the
to keep
pound.
up with the new dog.
We were always in the pound. We were
Okay,
always
that's
in the
fair.
pound.
Yeah. So old dog, new dog.
Yep.
House call.
House Call.
Love that.
Touchdown scorers. NFL.
It's going to be an interesting year this year on this show because I don't think we're going to get the Crazy Rico. But in the early years, we had Crazy Rico, but not antagonistic like I hate you guys, Rico. You know, we were able to have discussions that were wild, but they weren't created out of the basis of hate and jealousy and delusion, like towards the main clips, like the contract year clips and Rico trying to leave the company and running everybody out. Those were the delusion hate years, but the early pick'em years weren't like that. We would go off the rails, but again, they weren't based out of Rico's hatred towards me.
Right.
It would be more like funny clips, funny things that happened during the week or games
we were
we
laughing
didn't watch.
together.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that.
Okay.
I'd love to.
a great
I haven't
show.
had one shot of you.
No.
The only person I got my eyes on in this entire room is Hank. He's a fucking snake in the grass.
That was a tough life.
That's a fact.
Did you see that before too?
No, I didn't see
I was
it.
gonna say that explains a lot of those calls yesterday, but
What calls?
Strike calls.
You didn't hit the plate.
It's supposed to be the plate and the thing.
What did you think you thought you were getting squeezed on a strike call that literally is hitting the plate?
It did hit the plate.
One time. All right, anything else? I mean, listen, it's week 0. I know next week we're going to have a big week for week one. We're also going to Saratoga. We'll all be together on Saturday, so we should have some good stories from that.
That's gonna be fun. Long day of streaming, but we have a really good set right next to the paddock, and we're just gonna be live all day.
We're staying live all day?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, I love it. So,
Bless you.
Thank you.
I didn't realize we were going to be live all day.
All day. Well, there's a race every 25
Yeah,
minutes.
I know that. I just didn't know if we were going down for 10 minutes every now and then.
No, because I mean, to be honest, we just sit in the booth. The people tune in, they tune out.
Yeah.
You can get. There's 5 of us, so if someone has to get up and leave or do whatever.
Yeah,
you can do that.
we'll keep it moving all day. I mean that's the beauty of horse racing is it does feel like the fastest day every time because it's just every
move,
20 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, I think it is worth addressing on the show since it is a central part. It's been a main theme for many years, but Rico and Khan's wife made up. That was a beautiful moment, right? If it's going to be talked about throughout the year, we should talk about what happened this summer.
She should have punched you in the face.
She had the right to. She had the right to.
She also, there's no way, I don't know how this hug came about, but she got thrust into a situation that she probably didn't love. That nobody would forgive you in that situation.
Yeah. His dad put me in a headlock.
Good. Let me ask you a question, Hank. And Rico has made a lot of progress, but if tomorrow Dave was like, hey, Cons is out of Barstool, we don't like him anymore, do you think Rico would be like, hey, we had our beef, but we're going to stay on neutral terms, or do you think Rico would start harassing and DMing again?
Neutral terms.
Okay, so that's a lie.
Peace times. Peace treaty's been extended.
You've never, Hank, have you ever apologized to someone and not really meant it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of the great forced apologies ever. It was like Japan surrendering after they got nuked. It was like either you have no job, no life, no future, your kids are going to starve to death, or apologize to Khan.
He's like, I guess when you put it that way, I kind of always liked Cons.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's really where that apology was born from. Yeah. It was, he apologized after he got exposed and was like, you can never work here again. Right. It's like, well, let me apologize to Cons.
So,
I made some progress, though.
Yeah, well, it's nice that they had a hug.
I let some shit roll off. I'm not calling you, harassing you all the time.
No, you're more in your cryptic Rico phase where we get half conversations. But I've enjoyed, we've had no beef.
None
in the off season, so
you handled the facts of healthy debate great. So I mean, that's progress.
You read the blog last night?
Yeah, it was a good blog.
The guy said, "Get this,
that guy's it."
Dave, the guy said he can read minds. He was quoted in the Advance today saying he can read minds of the kids. I think the lights went out on his party a long time ago.
You were the one touting him up.
Yeah, I mean he's a good guy before the season, but he made some horrible errors.
Horrible errors. He seemed like he kind of thought it was about him. I'm not a big fan ever. He loves interjecting himself in the middle of. We're talking the Staten Island Little League coach, but strike one on a kid, he's like timeout and goes talks to the kid while he's
wasn't good.
What are you doing?
He was bunting a lot too. It wasn't good. But
2-0 pulling guy. It's just all over the map.
Dan was rooting for him.
I had fun watching with Rico because he just he knows he was saying all their names and Grippo's only got a few pitches left.
It's a great.
The Italians, they imported their shortstop. All Italian names. They got Torres playing shortstop.
Yeah,
we got it diversified. Staten Island's diversified. We could have a Torres.
100% Italian, and then you got the Puerto Rican kid at short.
I also felt I felt like I was doing pick 'em last night because I was like, Rico, you keep going after these umps and killing them. These guys are just out there trying to do their job. And he's like, yeah, well, Little League makes $60 million on this TV contract. And I'm like, you've just been angry all summer at these umps.
Yeah, it's
that's been like 10 years.
It's a flawed system.
But it's the,
It's-
but
he's
you're
right.
but right the system.
It's not necessarily the
But
ump's
you-
fault.
but okay,
the
so-
umps go to the camp and
this is my
they're-
point. You should be mad at Little League,
I
not
am.
the umps.
I tag Keener. I tag
but
Keener.
then you go after each ump. You're like, you fucking piece of shit. You
More
can't
so, I
see.
tag Keener. I tag the CEO.
But the umps should. You shouldn't go after the umps.
I just expose the ump's call. I don't say the ump's by name.
Got it.
I put they got to show the screenshots. The pitch is 5 feet outside. They're calling it a strike.
So who do you have when? What do you say, Dave?
It's one of his last bastions of hate that nobody's been like, well, you're ruining these people's lives.
Yeah.
So he's still been like has a free runway just to attack these people.
Yeah, 'cause, well, Monet Davis might actually disagree because
Yeah.
Rico does try to ruin her life every time.
Well, has she acknowledged that you come after her yet?
No, she hasn't. The team went 2-2, much like every other team that goes 2-2 in that thing. We see a lot of that first game. We never see what she did.
What
in the
does
second
Staten
game.
Island go?
2-2.
Okay.
They're not getting a parade. They're
Okay.
not sending their fucking jerseys to.
Oh, are we sure Staten Island's
Yeah, they'll
not
probably
getting
get a parade. But locally, not nationally. She's not.
No.
We're not going to win an ESPY. You're not giving Grippo an ESPY.
Why would a team that went 2-2 get national?
I mean, they get a local parade. Like they come back and
You
they welcome
understand
them off
Monet
the bus.
Davis is a girl and she was playing.
Yes, but her team. But if you want to hold her accountable like everyone else, she went 2-2 and she
Okay.
gave up 5 runs or 3 runs in an inning and a third in the fucking elimination game.
Can I ask totally different? I know Dan did a little. Am I the one who took this Caitlin Clark flyer with the Indiana Fever?
I didn't take it. I didn't
Yeah.
want to get in your way, but it seems like a good bet so far.
You don't get.
You
his
didn't want
way.
to get in my way.
I didn't want to put the stink on it. I want to put the stink on it. That's your future. I'm not betting your futures.
Still 40-30.
35 to
1 now.
Yeah, 35 to 1. It went from 100 to 1 to 35 to 1. Moving lines. Yeah, I'm riding with you, Dave. I might put a little more on it. I have to figure out. All right. So why don't you do the Wait,
Yeah,
can
I
you
gotta
leave?
go soon, so
yeah,
let's
can
do
you
it.
leave Monet Davis alone, please?
All right, yeah, I'll leave her alone.
Actually, I guess she's a grown woman now.
She's in college. I think she's finished college. Who knows?
She's like 45.
Yeah.
All right, do this ad.
All
and
right,
then
let
we'll
me
do
tell you
this.
about Game Time. Football season is here, and we can't wait to get out to some games in the fall with the help of Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love Game Time. Now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out all the fluff, so it shows you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching for thousands of tickets. I was looking at tickets for Notre Dame, Texas A&M. I know you guys, Will was mentioning that, maybe taking a flight to that. I just pull up the chosen event and turn to the GT picks, setting at the top of the screen, or browse to the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. What are you waiting for? I'm going to buy those A&M tickets as soon as possible now with the Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app today and use code PICK'EM to easily secure great deals with the new Game Time Picks. That's PICK'EM, PICKEM. What is it? Game Time.
Great ad read. I'm debating. We'll do our picks. It's week 0. There's 4 games. I don't think there should be a mandatory pick this week. You can just. I think everyone just has to have at least one pick. Is that fair?
That's fair.
We should. I don't think we should do locks. We should start with locks next week because this is just you're basically forcing everyone to do a lock that they might not love. I'm debating. I know that I've talked about doing 1,000 game season. I think I might go the other way. I think I'm going to try to do a little bit more selective picking this year. What do you guys think? Hunting. Yeah, the big game hunting, because it's like the time I have, the busyness, I don't have the luxury of being able to just sit and watch every single game on Saturday. And I like the big game hunt. I've gotten a little taste of the big game hunt. I mean, I know you do that now, Dave. It's way better because it's just like
Yeah.
the
I was
11 games.
Yeah. I was getting smoked in baseball. I'm still, for the first time heading into this, I'm up a lot this year because of these futures that I've done, but I'm giving it back quickly. So I don't know what I'm going to do. My units have varied in between 25 grand a game to 100 grand a game. So you lose a lot quickly. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
What do you think? Which you've done both. Which do you prefer?
Big game.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is I would rather have.
Have you just been doing big game baseball hunting though?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Sort of.
No, you've been doing a middle. You've been doing.
Yeah, it hasn't been big, but I've been betting a lot, but I haven't bet more than 100 on a game.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, but I'm up. I was up like 7 million at one point.
It's crazy.
because of all these futures.
futures.
Yeah.
But I've given a decent portion back. I got the Phillies and the Red Sox. Red Sox are dead. The big one was the Phillies. And I haven't been able to figure out the math on Caitlin Clark, but they're going to make the playoffs. And only 8 teams make the playoffs. It's best of 3, best of 5. I think they're going to be like close to, I don't know, plus 140 in the first series. Maybe not even that. So they're going to have gigantic middles.
Yeah. Gigantic. I mean, for those numbers that you had.
10 million? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I have to make the decision, but I'm leaning towards just picking more like 7 to 10 games a Saturday and just trying to focus in on that.
Cut it down.
My experience with that is you'll still do the big game and then you'll toss in the little ones and then you have everything going, but you're only paying attention to the big ones.
Right. Because that is, I mean, I've done many years in a row where it's like 45 games on Saturday. It just gets so chaotic in my brain.
You got them going
You
at
can't
the
really
same
win
time.
that way either.
Yeah, you can never win that way, and I just always lose track of what the fuck we're talking about, what the fuck's going on. All right, so I know that people wanted the 1,000 play. I'm more focused on getting over 52.5% this year than anything else. That's my goal.
Yep.
All right, so this week 0 picks. I'm the only pick I have. I'll start. I'm going to take Florida State.
I think it's down to 10.5.
It is?
Yeah. This morning, as of what I saw. Right, Ebo? 10.5?
Yeah, 10.5. Right, I'll take Florida State 10.5 as my only pick.
Okay. I'll take Florida State minus the 10.5. I'll also take SMU over 5.5 touchdowns.
Oh.
On DraftKings. I think they're going to score a ton. I love the offense. I have their win total over 8. I like the kid Preston Stone. Nevada's a bad defense. You look at the spread, minus 27.5. You're probably saying they're scoring 35 anyway. Give me the over 5.5 on touchdowns.
Wait, is that a team total?
No, it's over 5.5 touchdowns.
Are we doing props this year?
It's essentially the team total. Do you not want to count it?
I don't know. We've never done props.
Wait. You're saying there's over
5.5 touchdowns.
in the game?
Oh, SMU over 5.5 touchdowns themselves.
That would technically be a prop.
Okay, so then
No,
don't
but
count.
we've never done props. I'm fine with it, but I don't know. Like the team
you're-
total we've done. And it kind of is a team total, but it's also not.
Yeah, I think you got to go team total.
Okay.
You can't start doing props, I don't think.
All right.
So are you going to do team total?
Yeah, I think it's like 40.5, so I'll switch to that.
So, yeah, what would be the...
You
pull
had
up right now.
over 5 touchdowns, so
5.5
but not the-
touchdowns.
Wait, but 6 touchdowns would
That
be...
is over
Yeah, it's the same
42.
thing.
What are you trying to do? There's
What?
something you're trying to do with
I
those.
liked... No, I'm not. I'm not getting crazy. I liked 5.5 touchdowns.
But that's...
But the team total, that would be over. Unless
Right.
they kept missing extra points, I guess.
What's the team total?
Team total is 39.5, minus 145, though. Minus one, over 41. Okay, so fine. So over 41.5, minus 110. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
what...
Yeah, okay.
Am I doing my math right?
You're doing your math, right?
I don't know why he switched after 8 presidencies. It's essentially the same thing.
It is the same thing. You have to score over 41
It's
and
actually
a half.
worse, I
That's
think.
fine.
It's actually
Yeah.
worse to do the touchdowns because
All right.
if they kick 3 field goals, they could go over, but he loses.
And I would
with
be fucked.
What was it? What were you
5
just trying to do?
touchdowns.
I was
it's
looking at 5.5
5.5,
touchdowns early.
35 plus 3 field goals is over, but he would have lost if he did the touchdown. I don't know.
It's early.
What's going on in that brain?
It's early.
I think you thought you saw something like an edge somewhere, but I don't
Yeah,
know if you...
no, we're not doing props. It's you
All
can
right.
do team totals.
Team total over 41.5.
Although I don't really know the difference between team total and touchdown total, but
No,
that
team
opens
total
the
is
Pandora-
No, team total. We've done team totals in the past.
No, I know, but I think that's theoretically a prop too.
No.
Like I think the only thing that wouldn't be considered props would be like the over in the sides.
Yeah, but I personally view team total as like that's like I guess you
Essentially
say
the
it's a
same
problem.
exact thing.
I still
All
don't
right.
understand
Anyways,
what he was doing.
I'm taking Georgia Tech in the points. That's my only pick. This week.
Okay. All right, so 10.5. All right, anyone else got any other picks?
Nothing?
So next week we'll be back with week 1 and we'll all have our locks and we'll all have our full cards and we'll get back to basics. It's actually an awesome week 1.
It's great week 1. It's spread out perfect. 12, 3, 7.
Yep. It's going to be great. We'll talk maybe futures. Does anyone have any futures?
Yeah, I got a couple of wins. I guess.
Yeah, you want to do it next week? Let's do it
Yeah,
next week.
sure.
We'll do all of our futures talk next week. Everyone bring that. Because, look, there's not going to be, unless Hank goes off stabbing Rico in the back again in the next 6 days. We're not going to have a lot of stuff to talk about in that realm. We're going to have to talk some football. It's going to be a football show.
Gonna be a ball show. Gonna be talking ball.
Yeah, we're going to be hike all year long.
I'm planning on really being locked in on football this year. Like locked in. I'm always locked in, but like locked in.
I love that.
I plan on watching everything.
How many TVs do you have in your Nantucket house?
My Nantucket house, I got to think of the house right now. It's really, well.
No, I've seen his setup. It's great.
What,
setup.
in the Nantucket house?
I haven't seen the Nantucket, but if it's similar to the Miami.
No, well, so I have a lot of TVs, but they're different rooms. So I think the max I could see at once would be, you can divide. I have one that you can put the 4 screens on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the 4 and then one outside.
Okay.
But it's not as good a setup as Montauk. I have a bar, basically. So I'm going to be locked in.
Don't want anyone saying one TV.
You don't have
Dave.
one TV. You don't have one TV.
Yeah, we don't need that. All right. Okay, we'll see everyone next week.
All right.
All right, see ya.
See ya.